Hi, it's Len King here, and today I figured I'd start off a little different. Um, I love, doing big builds, and currently I have started playing on this map, and I decided why not make like the Twin Towers my own creation. I mean, this is basically at ground level, like sea level or you know 0, 0, what do I want to call it, all the way up to max height build. I mean, all the way. I mean, I didn't use MC Edit. I am literally laying block by block this whole thing. And boy, is it an undertaking. I would have probably not have done this if I knew it was going to be such a massive undertaking. And, I mean, it's not small. I mean, I should have done just one tower. But no, me being who I am and not thinking things through, built it outrageously large. Like, almost stupidly large. Like, no one will ever use up this much space. Ever. Oh, there going a spider. That's another thing. I could use this to make a huge mob trap and, like, collect tons and tons of XP. Not just from one, but, like, two towers. And if I really, really got ambitious and just completely just connect them, both towers, and just made one massive tower, oh god, that's just maddening to think that. But these were actually, I made these when I first got onto this. They were actually, well, they were going to be just pyramids, but then I was like, well, I'll go and do a fancy little design. I don't know if you can tell, but structurally, this thing is pretty sound if you think about it, because just the way it is. It's just, I thought it was built in kind of ingeniously, to say so myself. Okay, just to let you guys know, I have pulled another all-nighter. You're probably going, what is wrong with this guy? But you know what? It's just me, I'm young, I'm dumb, and I'm having a good time. So, yeah, moving on. See, originally, I built this for, well, I was going to have this set up for a server, and I was laying out some ground rules. My spelling isn't the greatest. Also, I was doing this on what you call a one-night stand, kind of, not a one-night stand, that sounds horrible, but another all-nighter. And I was going to be very selective. I was only going to let some of my close friends. But what I like to do on my servers is for each of us to pick a color and for us to mark our building, so that way we know whose is whose, apart from having signs. People can knock signs off, but when you have your own color, people know. And, of course, there's also ones that are community houses, like in any server, I guess you would say, that, was, shared. But that's what I originally started off with this map, just kind of getting a rally point set up so that way I could switch this out for, the map on one of my servers, upload this and then add people to it and have fun, And then I just started doing these major builds on there, and I was like, what am I doing? This was supposed to be for a server. This was supposed to be for all me and my friends to play on. Man, do the Endermans do some damage. Wow, look at all the blocks they've moved on me. How dare they? But, I mean, so I started doing these major builds, and I was like, okay, so I guess I'm not doing a server anymore. Of course, I still can. Or even just throwing this map out up on the web so you guys can actually download it yourselves if you wanted and have it for your own. Some cool little entranceway thing there that I was going to do, either water and lava or something, some kind of cool effect in there that I never got around to. This I'm in particular proud of. I hated on how people would come and steal your good stuff. So I was like, okay, so how could I need to start off better. How can I hide my stuff? Oh, okay, you guys kind of can see it back there. It's back there, but how do you get to it? Just like that. Pressure plates. You're probably thinking, okay, so not that ingenious, but this is where I hide my stuff. And you're like, why are you showing us this? Well, at this point in time, I don't care. like I said, if I do put it up, it'll be for everybody to use. I'm not going to be using it as a server anymore. It's just one of those things. It's a lost cause for that, I guess. You're like, nothing's a lost cause, though. In some cases, yes, it is. This has just got one major build after the other. I mean, it's got... Actually, the rest of the house here is pretty not so fancy. I've got a bed. This whole upper level is just one bedroom with some chests on this side. This bottom level is another... I'd call it my laboratory. It's got some bookshelves, it's got a chanting table, and it's got my chemistry lab, as I call it, but really it's a brewing station. Here's what I'm going to consider my hub, my own private little hub, to get anywhere on the map. So far I've only got 2 tracks going off of it. One to my farm, and the other one to the Ender Portal, which I will take you the fast way there instead of having to spend like 5 minutes on a rail. You're like, how does that work? Well, I figured out a way of going places without really having to get on, the rail and go. Also, my little farm. This is the Nether, obviously, but go back into the portal. Guess where it spits me out at? It spits me out at here, which is a community mine that I've set up for everyone to use. And I've got like a guest quarters, an enchanting room. I have... See, this is the entrance to the mine. My very, very first branch mine that I set up. And I set that up pretty cool, actually. I set it up in different layers. And each layer focuses, one's like where the diamonds are, one is where the highest concentration of lapizoid or all that other iron, redstone. I set it up in a way where you can get absolutely every single resource that you need to, depending on which level you need, or you choose. And of course, it worked out very well, because, I mean, you're probably going, well, see, look, at this point in time, yeah, you're like, okay, see this right here, too many items, but I never use this. The only reason why I use this is for what I'm doing right now, is to fly around and show you. You're like, well, you can do that in creative mode. Well, in actual games, I don't do the turn fly on, turn fly off. I'm not that smart. I don't know if in this video series you'll hear you degrade myself a lot. I call myself a moron quite a lot, and you're like, you're not a moron. Well, I am a moron because I can't figure out the stupid easy commands and prompts for this game. Go figure. Any other game, I can figure out the prompts for no problem. And I have massive codes or whatever. You're probably like, oh no, you're one of those people. I'm just like, well, no, I don't like doing that kind of stuff. It's just, I'm only doing this for the convenience of my videos, for showing you what I do in some of my builds. This is one of my ships. It's unfinished. I didn't add, my flags for one. I didn't add any details, no cannons. I never even got the crow's nest on. It's unfinished. This was one of those instances where I had way too many projects going on for my own good, and it didn't end well. And of course, my slimes, which I was going to make a slime farm, an XP generator coming up through here and ending right here, like what's his name? Monkey Farm did in his round little utopia that he had, which was awesome, especially how it like linked up and you could see in the ocean. And he's actually the one where I learned how to build underneath water easily without having to like kill yourself, using the glass planes, so that way you can like create your own little air sanctuary so you can breathe, which I thought was awesome. I didn't realize that until he showed me that. He's also got a lot of great videos out there on tutorials on how to build stuff such as mob traps and all that kind of fun stuff. He's a very, very wise individual, I believe, on that one. Now we're on to... Oh, no lagging. Lagging is bad. We're off to my mega farm, as I like to call it. And reason why it's off in the middle of no man's land was... it's a central point between this base and this base, as I like to call it. And instead of having to go all the way to one or all the way to the other in order to get to my farm, I was like, why not put it in the middle? And I tried to find a place that like screamed fetch, that's really, really cool. So I'm going to look away until we get close to it, so that way I don't spoil the surprise of, you're like, wow, that's like really awesome. And you're like, this has nothing to do with your Let's Play. What are you doing to us? Well, here it is. This is my farm down there. Of course, you're like, we can't see it. Why is there 2 carts here? Well, that's not smart. No! And that's why I hate creative mode. I hate it. No! You're like, you squealed like a girl. Well, I squealed like a girl, so sue me. Here's my massive farm, which took me forever. I hate the nether, by the way, and I use a ton of glowstone in my projects. You're probably like, well, you don't need to use glowstone. Well, you know what? I use it. I like it. And it's a pain to find or collect. I die so much because of the freaking lava. It's no joke. I hate scaffolding my way up there and just hoping to God that I don't die, which ends up happening more times than I dare admit, but it happens a lot, okay? It happens way, way too much for my likings. And of course, here's my stash of food. And of course, people come and raid. If I would have probably do my own or uploaded this to a server the way it was or it is right now, people would come and raid me. They'd have this place stripped out before I could say hello. It'd be like, yeah, it wouldn't be good. Not to mention, especially some of the practical jokes that get played on Minecraft, especially when, it's in good just good fun, but damn, it can fuck up a lot of hours worth of work. I can tell you that. This is pretty much all the main builds I've got on this. I have some other ones scattered out throughout the world, or like little hubs from when I was exploring, and I just figured I'd show you what I have done in my other worlds that I have created, so that way you guys can get an idea for my Let's Play on what you guys want me to build and what you kind of have as an expectation for what you want from me as in respects to my house, because I'm willing to put in the time to build in huge, huge projects. I'm not worried about that at all. I'm just worried about keeping you guys interested in what you guys want. That's what I'm here for, guys. I just want to be... I'm like the YouTube whore. I'm here to please. I hate saying it that way, but that's just who I am. I'm happy-go-lucky. Yeah. So, like I said, that is just kind of an example of some of my builds that I do. And I just hope that you enjoyed this little video on some of the things that I am working on currently in some of my other worlds, and how if there's something in this world that you like that I can incorporate into my Let's Play, I will. I'll gladly do that for you. And isn't that freaking huge? You're like, oh my goodness, he's probably got some kind of complex. He's trying to overcompensate for something. No, it looks pretty cool. It's a giant H. I don't know why I wanted to build a giant H, but there it is. Ha 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 ha. Okay, guys. Well, I am going to stop this video right here. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.